Taunton car boot sale, or to be precise, Proctor's Farm, I believe they call it, which is in Moncton.
That guy had a next level trolley. Then, do you see that?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
It had a roof, so you could put people in it.
Oh no, there was a person in it. There was a baby in it, like
I don't know if it was a baby, but like a child.
Small child.
Yeah.
That's a baby.
No.
Under 18 babies. No. Anyway, this is Taunton. We like Taunton. It's a little bit further away from us until we realised that it's not.
We used to go based from where we used to live. And where we used to live is 20 minutes from where we live now. So we would still go that way, being incredibly stupid.
Yeah, so it only takes 40 minutes to get here. So we put it in the rotation. So we did cheddar from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or whatever. Then we flew over here for 10 a.m. And then we're going somewhere else in the afternoon. And that'll be out tomorrow. So enjoy that.
3 boot sales in a row.
I left in as much like pondering over stall footage as I can. Because I know people like to ponder over stalls. And tell us what they would like to have picked up. Or what they would have picked up.
Like that Robin t-shirt right at the front.
That's not something I would have picked up. No.
Well, that's the same because we didn't. But I'm just saying someone might. Or the elf.
A lot of Christmas jumpers.
A lot of seasonal stuff there.
I know a lot of people that put seasonal stuff away until Christmas, jumper season. That's not me. But other people do it, and you know it can work.
I was actually amazed. Someone on Instagram was saying that they put, like you say, put it all away. But then at Christmas time, they do actually make a killing.
Mm-hmm. I spotted these. I did. It was me, but I made Austin go and pick them up. These are some sunglasses. Yeah, we're big in the sunglass game. These are some 90s, early 2000s.
I had to double clutch those glasses because the person over my shoulder was trying to...
Yeah, they were into it.
Yeah,
these
not
are
about
some
that life.
Early 90s, early 2000s, wrap around. They're calling them goggle glasses now.
And this is a Fugazi Chanel watch.
Okay, back to the sunglasses though.
Yeah.
To be honest, the lady on the store, she was very honest, and she said, "This is not real. These are real." Well, obviously we knew, but
we're so clever.
It was nice to see someone actually not just trying to say
there. Those are fake and these are real. Yeah.
Anyway, they're the wraparound style. They've got quilted plastic arms. They've got the etched Chanel on the lens. They're a brown tin.
A lot of
they were £10.
£10. A lot of this era Chanel glasses. Some of the later ones don't. Some of the early ones don't. But a lot of this kind of era, like Bethany said, late 90s, early 2000s, they also have the reference number etched in the like the glasses on the inside as well. Mm-hmm. So and also Chanel just above the nose, etched.
Anyway, we've listed those for £225. We've cross-listed them over Fest, yeah. I watched this jelly cat go right in front of my eyes.
No, what happened was... Just explain what happened.
It was a strawberry...
Austin, there's a strawberry jelly cat!
Because you never hear me.
Yeah, but there's like a way to like kind of, side-eyes me or let me...
What I was going to say...
Look at the strawberry.
You wouldn't know
what
I was
strawberry or heart?
About.
What was it?
A
strawberry?
I
didn't even know what it was.
I'll put the comps in because it probably is worthless or worth £1 million either way. Anyway, we try and look on as many rails as we can. There is a theory that people put their more premium pieces on the rails. I don't think this is necessarily true. However, we do try and look for all the rails because they're convenient and easy. These were badly printed t-shirts.
They were. I actually think people put their more expensive pieces on their car if they feel it necessary to put them on a car. Or they almost like a flat lay.
Or they put their fake pieces on their car because they don't want them to be like...
True story.
Told off.
Let's talk about these.
Anyway, so this was a clear divide. So this was a husband and wife team. The male counterpart was on our side and the wife was on the other side. We picked up these these Ralph Lauren driving shoes. That is not the box that matches, but we'll have it.
We took it anyway because it was kind of a done for box, but it was a newer box from a polo trainer. Like you just said, these are Lauren by Ralph Lauren. There was a little bit of marking to the hardware on the, what do you call it, like a T-bar, I guess.
But they are driving shoes.
But they were also brand new, not worn.
So they've obviously just been stored poorly and not used and put in a garage or something like that. Anyway, so they're classic driving shoe. They actually do a good amount of money.
Do.
However, because of the tarnishing, I put them up for 65. However,
£5, you can't fault that,
can
you?
They were £5. So he gave us £5, and I'm of the understanding that his wife did not know what he was pricing things for.
So at this point, I've seen a bag. We've picked one of these up before, I think, a smaller purple version.
Yeah, so this, no, that was corduroy. So this is just
Yeah, you're
canvas one. She wanted 15 for this one. She wanted 25 for the leather counterpart, which is Ralph Lauren.
Yep.
And then there was also a Dolce & Gabbana, which would have been a massive project bag. I would only have bought it for what you would call in the car industry as spares and repairs.
Yeah, it was.
It was for someone to die.
It was a mix of canvas, denim. There were so many, like, I don't know, so many things to kind of sort out and clean up and make it look nice. The Lauren by Ralph Lauren bag was probably the cleanest of all. I mean, that was clean as well, but the leather, considering it was leather, inside was very light coloured canvas. It was very clean. Like you said, the money she wanted, to be honest, like I think she's saying at that point, you know what this is if you're looking at this kind of thing, and like look at the back, like it's done for.
So there's very limited profit margin. She wanted 25 for the Dolce & Gabbana, 25 for the leather, and 15. So that's an outlay of £65 on 3 bags for what would have been probably a double up. Now, double ups aren't bad, and if you've watched some of our previous videos, no one's turning their nose up and doubling up.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But it's not something we're, at this point in our journey of reselling, interested in.
Also, I think bags specifically, as we do so many luxury bags and designer bags across the board, honestly, like for me to, it sounds really terrible, but for me to want to clean them or to make them look special, or to even like get them prepped for photographs and so on, it's a lot more than just, for example, a piece of clothing. So there's got to be not only enough profit in it, but also got to be something I'm going to enjoy doing, and that's just not something I enjoy.
To be honest with you, I personally think we as people get wrapped up in the boot sale vibe, right? And I can find good deals on Vinted, spending the same money.
Agreed.
And making a bigger
100%.
profit. Did spot this though. This is a 90s vintage piece. Austin likes to pick up vintage for his Depop, and Vinted. This is a what is it?
Its colours don't run. It's basically it's like I guess a US military kind of sponsor, if you want. You know what I mean? Like Americana, kind of support the troops, that kind of thing.
Anyway,
they always sell well. Plus, it was made in America.
What did you pay? £6?
Yeah, £6. Which once again is dead stock. It's white. Which like anything dead stock white from that kind of era, like usually you'll find some kind of marking on it or some kind of spotting. But it was very nice condition.
It's listed for 45.
Yep,
maybe around there.
And once again, you can sell it quick for 15, 20 quid. I don't do that.
Everyone always asks if Lil gets her books, and she is a big booker. She's always got a book.
Into reading.
So I left that in so we could see and her secure the goods. Anyway, back to the field of joy. There is said book. So what were we saying?
Actually, this day I've totally forgot. You hit me with the books, and so I'm in my mind. I'm just book brained. You got like 4 or 5 books this entire day with different boot sales.
Yeah.
What a score!
We buy a lot of books.
Anyway, sorry. We were talking about that the jumper. We were talking about in general boot sales. We were talking about kind of how you get kind of boot sale brain and you kind of get involved.
Yeah, you also get it in charity shops. Like sometimes, like I go away from charity shops and I buy something for 40 quid, say, and I'm like, did I just buy that because it was in front of me, or did I buy that because it was cool, or
I buy
it because it was worth it, or could I spend the money on something else on a different platform or a different avenue of resale?
I think sometimes we're lucky, as in me and you, because we kind of bounce off each other. I've got to say, I think I would find it hard sometimes. You know, when you go into a shop and you've watched 10 videos of like, oh, these are cool, these are vintage Honda hats.
Explain why they're cool, Austin.
So basically, Honda Sport was obviously to do with the racing team across the board, but more so the fact that like more contemporary Honda hats would have different logo in and just did different in general. Also, the labels themselves are a lot older. Anything to do with cars, they always have certain like niche fans. But even if you're not necessarily a car guy, like that's a cool hat, like the Peaks Red.
How much did you pay, and how much would you expect back? So
I think I paid a couple quid, maybe. I think £1 each.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how much are you going to sell them for?
The top one will be 35. The one underneath, which is slightly new, will probably run about 25, 30. Going back to what I was saying though, was I find it easier sometimes if I've been watching someone on YouTube, for example, and everyone's picking up like plates. The first thing you want to do to a charity shop and you see a load of cool plates, right?
You're like, I gotta pick up plates.
Yeah, and like whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, that's just how people are. But then if you're with someone else, if you're on your own, I think it would be a lot harder. If I could see you look at me and I'm like, you're like, stop, put the plates down, or vice versa. You'll pick up something and I'm like, why right now? And I think it helps.
Plates down. New Balance sell really well, and they're really cool, and People like them a lot. Chunky sole ones are particularly in, or the 550s, or any of those kind of styles. What are you looking at though, Austin?
Well, I'm looking at 373s. These are all right. The suede wasn't great condition. It was nice enough. I would have bought them if they were cheap. I think the person wanted £10, so we kind of just moved on.
We moved on swiftly. Those are IKEA plates. I remember having those early 2000s.
Yeah,
The flower
the flower
shape
shape.
classic plates.
Do you know, someone mentioned in the comments a couple of days ago as well, like us being cheap. And like, I'm okay to be called cheap. That's fine in certain situations. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're looking to make maximum profit. But when something is vastly not much more than I want to pay, but like I see some people like kind of
Isn't
almost
that like business?
almost shouting at the people who own it. Not at all, or slagging them off. I wouldn't do that. It's just like we always say. For me, for resale, it's not in the realms of possibility right now.
This lady has some great skincare.
Space NK, yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, a lot of great skincare. There was a pricier store, let's just say that for free.
Good stuff.
These were some Sancho, Sancho?
I want to say it was something like Sancho.
No, it was Sancho, but I don't know if that's how you say it, or is it like Sancho?
Sancho.
Cowboy boots. Resales about 150.
Between 100 and 150 pound the boots. I think I actually go back at one point or another. What the heck is this?
I just want to show my colander. Really happy with it. Personal keep. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. This is a Joseph colander that allows you to drain your pasta without it falling
Like
out
that?
of the colander. It literally has storage wear to the rubber, and that's it. Like, you know when you can tell
It
someone
doesn't anymore
hasn't
actually
used
because
it.
it came off.
It's
whilst
been fully
being boiled.
It's been fully sterilised.
Yep.
And I paid £1.50, and retail they're like 18 quid, and that's an expensive colander. I'm telling you, that's no Poundland colander.
It is not.
That's a colander of the
Explain to
gods.
the people though, because once again we do colander a lot. Is what exactly were we replacing that colander from? Like what was our previous colander?
We're not replacing it. They're going together, and they're going to live together.
And what was the one which we had previous to this?
Joseph.
Right. Okay. I don't want to clarify that.
But it's the baby one.
Oh.
That one's got a 4-hole bottom with a handle that you clip on like the edge of the sink, so you can put the colander on the edge of the sink, put your pasta in, it drains. You don't have to hold the
Which I
colander.
might hurt your soul when I say this now live.
It doesn't fit on our sink.
But I hate. Yeah, our sink is massive. Like what? Yeah. It's just stupid.
I left this in for not Austin looking at those shoes. You put that down aggressively. This jumper,
I don't hate you.
It had a sticker on it that said warm jumper, and I thought that was nice. It was actually a vintage St. Michael's. I know there was probably value on it because it is a lovely like thick wool cable knit.
There was definitely money in it.
However, it's not our game.
We left money on the table. Get it? We left money on the table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
move on.
It was a really lovely jumper. If we weren't going into summer, I probably maybe have dabbled, but we're going into summer and we're all about that bikini life.
I am personally, yeah.
Are you going to wear bikini under the suit?
100%. Probably with that. No, I'm not.
You never know what you're going to find in suits. Always look in the inner lapels. They don't necessarily put the branding on the neck of a suit.
A chap named The Selling Dan recently had a great suit, did he not?
He had a lovely Yves Saint Laurent tux. You can go over there and view that Yves Saint Laurent
Well
tux.
done, Dan the man.
At this interval, I'd like to fully promote Proctor's Farm. It was very...
This doesn't give it its best light, does it?
No, it goes all the way back in the summer. Obviously, this is very start of the season. It was a bit hit and miss with the weather. I know a lot got called off over the country. We were lucky enough to get a Sunday, but we didn't get a Monday. But we haven't had a boot sale in weeks because of the rain, so...
I'm very glad, actually, thinking about that we did the 3 that we did.
Yeah, it was great. That is a non-authentic vintage Gucci watch, although a vintage fake Gucci watch.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I just realised there is a swear word on screen, so sorry about that. Watches, did you find any?
I did not, but I enjoy looking through watches.
Worth looking in them though.
Always.
It was one of these car boots. We tell the story all the time that you found the posh one.
Yeah, I found a very, very expensive watch. I don't know if I told the story once before. If I have, I apologise. It was a very, very expensive watch. I asked how much it was, and she said, "Oh, well, if it's in there, a few quid." And as I'm getting my money out, having almost a heart attack, she went, "Oh my God, that's my." I think it was my grandmother's.
Yeah.
She was sorry, that's not for sale. I thought it was one of the cheap ones. And this watch, just to clarify,
it was an expensive watch.
I'm into watches. It was probably around about 25k now. It was an expensive watch. It was a tiny little watch as well, but damn.
One day we'll tell the full story because that didn't highlight enough. Anyway, that was boot sale number 2, and we will see you again for boot sale number 3.
Bye.